Alright, hello everyone. Hello there YouTube. I'm gonna I'm gonna give you some recommendations. This isn't a video of me teaching you Cebuano stuff. It's more like me explaining or telling or ranting about information on the Cebuano language. This is probably gonna be my last video of the year. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I'm probably just gonna take a long hiatus until maybe after mid next year, then I'll start putting on videos. But yeah, again, this is like a real rant and something that I'm just gonna talk to you about with learning resources of learning Cebuano and what I can recommend. But anyway, I want to talk about learning Cebuano and the challenges that people face. One big challenge, especially for foreigners who don't speak a Philippine type, note, a Philippine type language. I'm talking about languages besides, languages outside or languages within the Philippines, I should say. So languages like Waray, Tagalog, Ilocano, Hiligaynon, Chavacano, like those languages, major languages in the Philippines, right? If you don't speak any of those major languages, you probably are gonna have a hard time, and that's okay. Like, learning another language is supposed to be challenging, and that's fun. The road to becoming fluent is the fun part. A big challenge, though, is that people who often learn Philippine type languages come across speakers and things that, or speakers who mix languages a lot, like English with there, so they speak lishes of this language, so to speak. And one of the things I'd like for foreigners or people who aren't fluent in Cebuano to do is to start using the native words or a Cebuano word rather than borrowing it. Borrowing a word, a loan word, or something like that, right? Obviously, like, there's been a lot of influx of Ceblish, and I'm seeing a big change in this language. And one of the things I really want to promote is the Cebuano language and how awesome it is. And you don't need to have other languages mixing when you're talking to help you talk, you know. And to me, it just sounds really ridiculous when you mix your languages. Like, dude, are you fluent in this language? Because if you're not, you might as well just speak English. You know what I mean? So it sounds really ridiculous, especially people who speak Taglish. It's pretty annoying. Might as well just speak English. But then again, you're not fluent in English, so fuck you. Anyway, here's some things like I'm a big promoter of Cebuano literature. I love to read Cebuano literature. And I suggest that people do it too. Like, I suggest you read literature in Cebuano because it's really going to help you talk and communicate and understand vocabulary a lot better, understand grammatical structure a lot better too, and you can see the changes of the language. Sadly, there's just not a lot out there, so I'm going to give you some recommends and other things that you can really help you immerse in a language, right? So the first recommendation I can give you is a story called Babayeng Sugid, and it's about Cebu stories that are written by female authors. You know, I'm very pro, you know, women's rights, and this book called Babayeng Sugid, meaning women's stories, right? Stories of women, come from Cebu, and they just write literature in it, and it's awesome. Like, I think it's a cool thing. Sadly, I lost the book. I lost the book when I was traveling. And I don't know where it went. Right. The next few books I actually have. I'm gonna see if I can get it. So, Sugilanong Sugbuanon are two series, parts 1 and 2, and these two books just have a collection of Cebuano literature in them, and they're written from different eras or different time eras. So it's like Cebuano literature written in different time eras. And the earliest one, actually, this is what it looks like. The first book, it looks like this. And I like this book a lot. It's great. It's written from the 1800s, I think, late 1800s something like that, until 1940. And it's not a really thick book, it's pretty thin, but it's got these collection of stories that you can just really read, and it's really good find in Cebuano literature. And the part two of that book is this book, right? And it's up until 41 to what, '05? Yeah, this one's a little thicker though, but it's got some really great stories that you can read in Cebuano, and on the right side of the page tells you or has it translated for you in English. So I really recommend it for those of you who are learning, and for those of you that want to improve on your Cebuano vocabulary. Really, really good. That's like my number one recommend in terms of books. Next one is Vicente Soto's works. So Vicente Soto is a Cebuano author or writer, or like he's known as the father of modern Cebuano literature, and he's written works in the Cebuano language and in Spanish. So for those of you Filipinos or anyone who is interested, like me, I love Spanish literature from the Philippines. I read books that are written from the Philippines in Spanish, and also I like his works in Cebuano, especially his plays like Elena. I really recommend his works. So just do a little searching on him, Google, whatever, and then check out what kind of sources he's got. And I ordered mine off of Amazon, which is awesome, I guess. But some of them I can't really find. I got to go to another website, which is minor. But I was still able to read some of his works. But definitely, he's a big recommend. This guy is like modern freaking. He's like the fucking founder of Cebuano literature. Like freaking god, man. Highly recommend. And then some other things were like things that can help us, like YouTube. There are YouTubers out there that teach you the Cebuano language, speaking Cebuano, speaking Bisaya, whatever, right? Check it out, man. YouTube is loaded of resources that can help you. Other YouTubers, other comments. I mean, actually, there's one video I saw that's called Uhaw nga Uwak, the Thirsty Crow. Uhaw nga Uwak. And I like that story. It's a children's story, but I like it. And it really helps you build and understand the story and understand the language, and it tests your comprehension. So there are stories out there that people read in Cebuano, stuff like that. Check it out, man. It's gonna help you focus on three key aspects: listening, writing, and speaking. So those three aspects of learning a foreign language. Facebook actually also has the option to change your language into Bisaya, and the type of Bisaya is actually the Cebuano, like Cebuano type. So Cebuano Visayan. Don't get confused, because there are other different Visayan languages. Cebuano is just one of them. So Facebook is great for that. PDFs, you can find PDF files on the web as well. So I know the United States Peace Corps has at least two, no, take that back, at least 3 resources on PDFs, and these are big PDFs. I was able to download all three of them, at least 3, I think, well, all of them, whatever, and turn them into books. So like print out the PDF files and actually give myself a little workbook, which I don't have, but definitely recommend PDFs. I know for those of you who are LDS, Latter-day Saints, Mormons, there are resources for learning Cebuano by Mormon authors and stuff like that. And there's also one by other linguists that they're just floating out there. Tom Marking is one of them. Just do a Google search, download the PDFs, boom, right? Apps. So apps. There are also a lot of phone apps that you can use. Phone apps, dictionaries, stuff like that. I would highly recommend, really, really recommend apps. Just check it out, Cebuano language or Bisaya language, something like that, right? And for those of you who affiliate yourself with a religion, I'm not affiliated with any religion, but for those of you like Jesus freaks, you Christians, whatever, right? Bibles, dude, they're translated in Cebuano language. Read it. I know there's other religious texts out there that are translated in Cebuano, so it's a great way to learn and also colonize your people. Ha ha ha. Anyway, movies. I know there are movies in the Cebuano language. There's also modern ones, most of them coming from Cebu, right? So check it out, movies, do Google it. TV, media, so things like your shows, your news, music, that kind of stuff. You have shows that are broadcasted in the Cebuano language. You've got news that's broadcasting in local Cebuano language. Check it out, man. YouTube is a place to go check out these things too. Music. I mean, you've got some musicians, music bands, artists, solo singers that sing in Cebuano language. I know for a while I was listening to a lot of reggae by Enchi. It's kind of cool. It's like really mellow and chill. And last but not least, you have your people who speak the Cebuano language, right? And you probably don't want to talk to me because I'm probably not the best person to talk to. I still speak this language like a little 4-year-old kid, you know? But yeah, I get by. And yeah, people, they're one of the best resources to just immerse yourself with. You can learn some idioms, sayings, phrases from them really quick, and they can teach you and they can correct you if you're saying something wrong. But definitely check out, there's so many resources out there, yet there's also not a lot of resources out there. So for those of you who are scarce on resources, like this is great, check it out. But anyway, as I said, this is probably gonna be my last video for a while. I'm probably gonna take a hiatus or something, but I don't know. We'll see.